The behind-the-scenes drama at ESPN has erupted into a full-blown spectacle, with Charles Barkley and Shannon Sharpe at the center of a power struggle that's rocking the sports media world. What started as whispers of professional rivalry has exploded into a saga of jealousy, alleged sabotage, and a $50 million lawsuit threatening to derail Sharpe's career. Barkley, meanwhile, is riding high, seemingly untouchable despite his unfiltered rants and public jabs at ESPN itself. Leaked audio, insider rumors, and a series of off-camera missteps have painted a picture of a calculated power play gone wrong, with Sharpe reportedly trying to undermine Barkley's rise just as his own star began to fade. As ESPN doubles down on Barkley, Sharpe's future hangs in the balance, raising questions about favoritism, betrayal, and whether this is a coordinated takedown or a self-inflicted collapse. The tension began to surface in early 2025, when Sharpe announced he was stepping away from ESPN's First Take amid a $50 million civil lawsuit filed by a woman identified as Jane Doe. The lawsuit, filed in Clark County, Nevada, on April 20, 2025, accuses Sharpe of sexual assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, alleging he raped her twice, once in October 2024 and again in January 2025, during a 2-year relationship that began when she was 19. The plaintiff claims Sharpe became increasingly controlling, threatened to kill her, and recorded their encounters without consent. Sharpe denied the allegations, calling the lawsuit a shakedown, and insisting the relationship was 100% consensual. His attorney, Lanny Davis, claimed Sharpe offered a $10 million settlement before the suit was filed, which the plaintiff rejected, and released suggestive texts allegedly from her to counter the claims. The lawsuit, coupled with a leaked audio clip where Sharpe allegedly threatened to choke the woman, has cast a dark cloud over his career. Sharpe's troubles didn't end there. Weeks before the lawsuit surfaced, he accidentally went live on Instagram, revealing behavior that sparked widespread criticism online. Social media users on X didn't hold back, with at Raindrops Media One claiming Sharpe was possibly already banned from ESPN after at least 3 women since 2010 accused him of misconduct, though these claims remain unverified. The livestream incident, described as questionable and career-damaging, fueled perceptions of Sharpe as reckless, with one ex-user stating, "Shannon Sharpe ruined his own career and he has no one to blame but himself." The fallout was immediate. Sharpe announced a temporary hiatus from ESPN on April 24, 2025, stating he'd return by the NFL preseason, but insiders suggest his future at the network is uncertain. ESPN's statement, "This is a serious situation, and we agree with Shannon's decision to step away," felt like a diplomatic sidestep, hinting at deeper concerns. While Sharpe's world unraveled, Charles Barkley was cementing his status as ESPN's golden boy. In June 2022, Barkley signed a 10-year, $210 million deal with TNT, but he made it clear he wouldn't stay the full term, citing a need for balance and a plan to retire within 2 years. When TNT lost NBA rights in 2024, ESPN swooped in, not just for Barkley but for the entire Inside the NBA crew, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson, along with TNT's production team. This wasn't a mere hiring, it was a takeover, with Barkley positioned as the anchor of ESPN's new NBA coverage. Despite his blunt criticism of ESPN's polished style, calling their coverage overly structured and ad-heavy, and slamming a TNT spin-off pilot as the stupidest S***T I've ever seen, ESPN gave him creative freedom and a platform to shine. Barkley's unfiltered charm, raw humor, and ratings pull made him untouchable, even as he openly worried ESPN might ruin Inside the NBA's magic. The contrast between Barkley's ascent and Sharpe's struggles fueled rumors of a rift. Insiders claim Sharpe, feeling sidelined, grew resentful as Barkley's star rose. Allegations surfaced that Sharpe tried to sabotage Barkley's ESPN deal by tipping off executives about his past controversies, including a 2008 DUI arrest and outspoken comments that clashed with ESPN's brand. The plan, if true, backfired spectacularly. ESPN, fully aware of Barkley's history, didn't flinch, instead doubling down on him as their future face of NBA coverage. Barkley, catching wind of Sharpe's alleged maneuvering, reportedly clapped back on air, boasting, "They can't fire me. They fire me, they got to pay me for 7 years." This wasn't just bravado, it was a calculated flex, signaling he knew his value and ESPN's commitment to him. The drama deepened with whispers of a broader conspiracy. A leaked audio clip, allegedly featuring Shaquille O'Neal speaking to a media fixer, surfaced weeks before Sharpe's lawsuit hit. In it, a voice resembling Shaq says, "Find me something real on Shannon." I know it's there. I want the stuff that sticks. The timing, followed by Sharpe's legal and public relations woes, sparked speculation of a coordinated takedown. Sharpe and Shaq have a history of subtle on-air jabs and social media shade, and some believe Shaq, now aligned with Barkley at ESPN, saw an opportunity to edge Sharpe out. While unproven, the audio added fuel to theories that Sharpe's downfall was orchestrated, with ex-users like A Candid Coverage noting, "Sounds like Shannon mad because they gave Barkley his raise. Sounds like a little jealousy to me." The narrative of Sharpe as envious, resentful of Barkley's $210 million deal and Shaq's secure ESPN role, gained traction, painting him as desperate and petty. ESPN's handling of the situation has raised eyebrows. While Sharpe faces intense scrutiny, Barkley's controversies, calling out ESPN's hype of Anthony Edwards or shading Stephen A. Smith's work ethic, have been met with silence or support. Insiders suggest ESPN sees Barkley as a ratings machine, worth protecting despite his loose cannon style. His ability to draw viewers, coupled with the inside the NBA crew's proven chemistry, makes him a safer bet than Sharpe, whose legal troubles and off-camera missteps have become liabilities. ESPN's decision to greenlight a new Barkley-led NBA studio show, with rumors he'll influence talent picks, signals a clear shift in priorities. Sharpe, once poised for a $100 million deal, now faces an uncertain future, with some speculating he's halfway out the door. The lawsuit against Sharpe remains the elephant in the room. Filed by a 21-year-old woman who met Sharpe at a Los Angeles gym in 2023, it details a rocky consensual relationship that allegedly turned abusive. The plaintiff's attorney, Tony Busby, released audio of Sharpe allegedly threatening violence, though Sharpe's team claims it was heavily edited. A separate 2023 defamation lawsuit by Michelle Evans, seeking $14 million, further complicates Sharpe's image. These legal battles, combined with the Instagram Live fiasco, have shattered his credibility, with ex-users like at MF Tarot Card RDR calling him a grifter, and others demanding accountability. Sharpe's insistence that he's the victim of a setup hasn't quelled the backlash, and ESPN's cautious distancing suggests they're preparing to cut ties if the situation worsens. Could ESPN be stoking the drama for profit? Controversy drives clicks, and with Barkley and Sharpe trending, the network is reaping the benefits. Some theorize ESPN is letting the beef unfold to boost engagement, a tactic media giants often employ. Barkley's outspokenness, slamming ESPN's ad-heavy format or predicting they'll mess up inside the NBA, only adds to the buzz, keeping him in the headlines. Sharpe's defensive moves, like allegedly throwing shade at Barkley and Shaq, play into the narrative, making him the villain in a story ESPN can monetize. The network's history of elevating bold personalities like Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith supports this, with Barkley now their everyman crown jewel. Sharpe's alleged jealousy stems from more than Barkley's deal. Barkley's bringing an entire empire, Shaq, Kenny, Ernie, and TNT's production team, while Sharpe's solo act is faltering. Barkley's new show could redefine ESPN's NBA coverage, potentially sidelining Sharpe permanently. Rumors that Barkley will have a say in talent decisions amplify the threat, with Sharpe's spot on First Take no longer secure. Shaq's rumored role in digging up dirt adds another layer, suggesting Sharpe's not just fighting Barkley but a united front. The leaked audio, if authentic, implies Shaq played a long game, capitalizing on Sharpe's vulnerabilities to secure his and Barkley's dominance. Public sentiment is brutal. Ex-users call Sharpe's actions self-sabotage, with one stating, "Chuck ain't out here chasing barely legal girls. He deserves his shine. Don't hate, you fumbled your own bag." The perception of favoritism is stark. Barkley's controversies are brushed off, while Sharpe's are magnified. ESPN's bet on Barkley makes sense. His track record, fan base, and inside the NBA's legacy outweigh Sharpe's current value, especially with legal clouds looming. What's next? Barkley's locked in, planning to retire in 2 years but surfing ESPN's wave until then. His confidence, "I'm too expensive to fire," reflects his leverage, with ESPN banking on his ability to carry their NBA era. Sharpe, however, faces an uphill battle. If he can't resolve the lawsuit and rebuild his image, his media empire could collapse. A Joe Budden-style comeback isn't impossible. Sharpe still has name recognition and loyal fans, but it requires humility and strategy he's yet to show. For now, ESPN's seat is Barkley's, and Sharpe's grip is slipping. Was Sharpe trying to take down Barkley, or is this smoke to cover his own downfall? The evidence, leaked audio, insider reports, and Sharpe's defensive moves, suggests a mix of jealousy and desperation. ESPN's right to bet on Barkley, whose proven draw trumps Sharpe's liabilities, but their handling of the drama reeks of opportunism. Sharpe's bounce-back potential hinges on clearing his name, but the lawsuit's shadow and public backlash make it a long shot. Barkley's playing chess, Sharpe's playing catch-up, and ESPN's cashing in on the chaos.